Pew 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 pew. Pew 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 pew.
What's happening, guys?
Oh, what's up, Bane?
Hello there, Pat. How are you? Very good to see you all. I'm back. Alex Bane. Here to host another episode of Pass the Gravy. I know we're in the middle of a coronavirus, I hear. Luckily, I have this fancy altitude training mask to train my lungs. The corona can't get you if your lungs are too strong. That's
exactly what you want to do, is you want to weaken your lungs in a time.
Strengthen them.
I don't think you're strengthening them.
Oh, I'm training for the altitude, so it's strengthening them.
I don't think you are,
and then
though.
the Rona comes around, and it's like, holy shit, these are the strongest lungs I've ever seen in my whole life.
You're gonna die.
Oh, I'm gonna be very prepared for altitude. Anybody want to go to Colorado anytime soon?
You can't.
You're right, very good point.
You can't.
But if I wear this mask...
You could go on the roof.
If I wear this mask the whole time, until the coronavirus is over, then I'll be in perfect shape to go to Colorado.
I don't think you can pull it off.
I don't think I can
You said
either.
you wore it for 45 minutes yesterday and you got a headache.
I did. It's very hard to breathe. Apparently having a beard makes this not seal very well, and it turns me into just... I talk like Bane. 100% of the time I have it on, really.
Your eyes look fucking ridiculous right
now.
They
feel ridiculous. They feel ridiculous.
I don't know if you're purposely widening them more.
Now I am.
No, now you are. But even just when you normally talk, like when you can't see your mouth or anything and it's just eyes, it's a ridiculous look.
Yeah, it is. It really is. And this is me just trying to talk normally in this. Is it hard to understand me? Because I feel like it's hard to understand me.
I mean, it's not easy.
It's not easy. I know that we had people get mad when you wore the Jason mask. Because we didn't address that we were wearing Halloween costumes at one time.
That was for us. Though.
That was really an inside joke between just us and people that watch the video version of the podcast. So if you're not watching the video version of the podcast, first on, go check out the video version of the podcast because it's pretty dope. Bobby Jokes does a lot of hard work all week, every single week doing this shit. And you can watch me.
I can hear you inhaling.
You can watch me in an altitude training mask because everybody had those, were they N95 masks is what they're called, and you can't get those now. And so I was like, well, I'll just get one of these. It's an altitude training mask, and doesn't really work as well as an N95 mask. But see, I'm still kind of like going in and out of Bane. I'm going in and out of Bane though, where it's like, I talk like, no, I don't normally talk like this, but now I'm talking like this. But yeah, it's weird, and it is not easy to breathe in these bad boys.
The fucking inhale every time is killing me, man.
It's hard. It's not easy to breathe.
And if you're watching the video version, you've noticed I've already touched my face about 37 times.
His face so much.
Well, part of it is that smelling salt that we did before, I used it to really clear out the right side. So now the right side of my nose was running a little bit, so I kept hitting it.
Oh, that happens.
That's the one thing, and I know I should try. I've not tried at all to stop touching my face. I'm like, it's going to happen.
If you wash your hands, though.
I wash my hands all the time. And I do, the full surgical procedure, where, between the fingers, around behind there.
We went over this last week, I believe. But it's always good to remind everybody.
Dude, I'm like, fucking hand-washing pro. People were laughing at me at work the other day. Some of the guys in the kitchen were like, what the fuck are you doing? I was like, this is how it's supposed to be done, dude.
This is how we do it here.
Especially
Bane always washes his hands. Yes, especially when you handle the food.
I mean, they're wearing gloves anyway.
That's true.
My owner the other day, though, he was like, I want you guys to all be wearing gloves all the time and use hand sanitizer, too, while you're wearing the gloves. I was like...
On the gloves?
Yeah, I was like, that's the dumbest fucking thing I've ever heard.
So you can reuse gloves, maybe?
No, I was like, no, I'm just going to sanitize my hands and be clean. I'm not going to use them on the gloves. That's a dumb idea.
Are you stealing gloves from work to, take home and stuff? And you're like, I can touch everything with this now. I think a lot of people don't realize that you can't just reuse the gloves over and over again. Where it's like, yeah, that's not good. When you just take one thing of rubber gloves, you got to reuse it. You
depending on the kind of glove.
If it's isotoner glove, you can probably reuse that.
You can use those for a lot of
things. On our mock draft of gloves we're going to do later on today. We're not really going to do a mock draft of gloves. I just thought that'd be funny. We should just let them all believe we're going to do a mock draft of gloves. They're like, how many gloves are there? I mean, you got baseball glove. You got isotoners. Maybe we will do a mock draft of gloves. I don't know. I'm gonna take this off.
Yeah, you should.
I'm struggling to breathe.
Bye, Bane. Welcome back, Alex.
It's been fun, guys. Thank you for having me on the show again. Perhaps I'll make a return later on. You never know.
I hope not.
All right, we're better now. Whew. The first breath is just amazing. It's like that cool mountain air when you stand at the top of the mountain skiing, which I've never done before, so I don't know how that feels. But I would imagine it feels pretty cool.
Yeah, I couldn't wear one of those. Also, the other reason I don't ever wear a mask is this. I like to throw in a dip.
Yeah, and
which is
really...
Right away, I knew
I can't
was
drink
not,
with that mask on also, so that's a problem.
I knew right away I was not going to stop touching my face because I was like, well, I'm not going to stop dipping.
You should just have to use like a spoon to dip. That would be cool.
That would be a nightmare.
But also kind of cool.
No, because you can't pack it. Like, if you use a spoon and then try and, then it's just everywhere in your mouth, and that's the worst thing.
Really? Okay. So, yeah, let's get into the podcast. What about that? Happy Gravy Day, everybody.
No, just keep bullshitting for 3 hours.
Yeah, I feel, what if that's like, we just don't get into any segments. Like, oh, shit, we should do that. We're 3 hours in.
I mean, we would probably hit everything that's on here anyway. We just wouldn't.
It would just be in weird orders, yeah.
Segment.
So, yeah, let's get into where you been, guys. It's a Happy Gravy Day, episode 335.
Happy Gravy Day. Yeah, we haven't said that yet.
Good hanging with you guys. I hope you're doing all right in the quarantine. Don't be idiots and go out there. Like, at my pool on Saturday or Sunday, there were, like, bunch of jagaloons out there just hanging out within like 5 inches of everybody. Like, people were swimming in the pool. I was like, what are you doing? Get out.
You should have built one of those like 6-foot cardboard things around you and walked out there and just started walking into people.
No, because I don't want to catch the Rona. If they all got the Rona, it was a Rona catching party down there.
Also, we didn't say it. If nobody caught what that song was at the beginning, it was "Fuck You" by CeeLo Green.
I hate that song actually because I had a blowout in my car one time and I almost died. Like, my old Ford Ranger did a whole like 360 around on 610 at one point, and I almost got hit by a car and was somehow able to be like, I'm just gonna.
And was that song playing?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was like, and I was like, oh no. And then like I was like, fuck you, CeeLo.
We'll get into some car shit today.
We'll get into some car shit. We will. We sure. Yeah. Will. But let's get into where you've been and tell you guys what we've been up to while we've been quarantined as of late.
Hey, you, where you been? 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 Where you gone? Where you gone? Since you been? Where you been? Where you been? Where you been?
All right, where have you been, buddy?
I've been in a pot.
God damn it.
I've been in my cave where I've captured Batman, and I broke him.
Bane, not you. Not you, Bane. Pat, where have you been?
I've got to weigh in because I've been trying to prevent the spread of the coronavirus.
I'm about to pull a Chris and just walk the fuck out.
No, you're not.
That's true, I'm not.
I've done that to Chris before, and I'll do it again.
So I've been taking advantage of Barstool releasing Barstool Gold for free.
Oh, have you?
Yes, I've been wanting to watch the Barstool documentary forever. I actually almost got Barstool Gold because of it. Now I finally can.
And now we'll capitalize for free.
Yeah.
During this pandemic.
And I gotta say, it's been really cool because I've been a fan of Barstool for a while. A couple years at least. We were trying to figure it out beforehand. I don't know, 3-4 years, however long I've been listening. But watching the documentary, like, oh, fuck, dude, there's 12 years of shit before that I missed. So I'm getting to catch up on all these things that, like, I've heard referenced over the years, but I didn't really get what was going on.
I'm, like, on the 4th episode. There's a bunch of them.
I think there's 13.
That's a lot.
I don't know if they're going to keep releasing more, though. I don't know if the documentary is over
It's just like a never-ending documentary.
I mean, that's kind of how it should be. But, like, I've learned, like, a lot of really cool stuff, especially about the early days. I think I came in right around the time that they moved to New York. Maybe a little bit after.
A lot of Pass the Gravy is like based on like I follow that Barstool model where it's a lot of luck.
They're the goats.
But it's like a lot of just keep creating talent or content and just keep doing dumb shit and making it in for yourself. So like we're trying to do that shit. We tried the Pew Pew Challenge. Shout out to everybody that did that this weekend. That was pretty fun.
So other than that, I did a bunch of yard work this weekend.
That doesn't sound fun.
It actually wasn't bad. Like I got the front yard mowed on Saturday, and then I had to go actually help my buddy move a. God damn it, he's putting on the fucking mask.
That's right. If you live in the ground, you don't have to do any yard work, Pat. I've been doing it for years.
Then I helped my buddy go move a couch from right over by Katie Mills Mall, and I didn't know how far. Then we were off of Fry in West Little New York. So it was a little bit of a distance. It was a little bit longer than I thought it was going to be, but, it's not like I had shit else going on that day. And then today I finished up all the backyard. I did some weeding. I actually bought, like, one of those handheld weeding tools to get in between the cracks on my sidewalk because my front yard looks like shit. I've let it overgrow in the cracks on the driveway for too long. So I was getting a bunch of that. Was using my weed whacker for a little while. We'll get into that. Not cool. That
Oh,
pisses me off.
Foreshadowing.
I did get a bunch because
Foreshadowing.
the sidewalk is overgrown. Like there's a little one that leads to like the side fence that goes to your backyard. There's a little sidewalk right there, and I've let it overgrow like 6 inches on each side. Probably not 6 inches, but
just
like
get a
too
goat,
much.
dude. Just get a goat.
I would, but my sister's dog, the one that I like, is kind of a dick to other animals, and that goat would kick her in the face.
Well, teach her a lesson. Probably wouldn't do it anymore after I got kicked in the face.
That's a good point, dude.
So
a goat would be cool.
It's really a learning lesson that you're going to be spending money on.
Yeah,
which I would say isn't a bad investment.
I've been playing massive amounts of video games.
Yeah.
Just because, like, even
A lot of people have.
I get home and then I just like it'll be even if I don't start till 10, I'm playing till 2 in the morning, so I'm logging 4 hours right there. Just
gaming.
Shit tons of NHL, bunch of Call of Duty. I started Assassin's Creed Syndicate because I got to start working on those because I'm trying to work my way through all the Assassin's Creed games.
Okay.
That's gonna take months. Yeah, and then just work.
Would you rather go Assassin's Creed, Apollo Creed Sun, or Creed the Band?
Well, in what regards? A fight? Because then
You
I'll
had to
take
just pick
Assassin's
one.
Creed. Because
Just-
they've got
you had
hidden.
to pick one.
They've got hidden blades.
The rest have to go away forever.
I would actually probably take Creed the Band because I like
Go
Creed.
Creed the Band. Okay.
I want to listen to their music from time to time. People shit on Creed, but like,
I might go Creed the Band too.
Yeah.
People shit on Creed.
Oh, but then you can never watch Rocky again. Or does it just cut the scenes that Apollo's in?
You just cut the scenes.
Or it's just a black square.
Creed just
like,
never existed.
One of those like censored black squares over his body.
Yeah, it's not
So
good
the
for
scene
Michael
is
B.
still
Jordan. Like Michael B. Jordan really gets fucked in this one. But
Yeah,
like,
and I like those movies. Creed and Creed 2.
I've never seen the second one. I saw the first one.
It's pretty good.
The first one was good.
Yeah.
So that's where you've been.
That's right,
just
man.
playing vid games and helping move couches.
Oh, and because
yards.
at the TV at work, we're only doing to-go orders and stuff, so I'll have the TV on. I've been watching a bunch of Food Network.
Dude,
and
Food
I sit
Network's
there
kind
and
of
just get
tight, except for when you're hungry, and then it's not as tight.
Well, then I'll just go eat a meatball or some bacon
I guess
because I'm in a restaurant.
That does
So,
make
like, the other
sense.
day, we had one really bad morning on Saturday. Like, for the entire, like, our normal lunch shift is 11 to 2. We didn't have a single order during that time. So I literally sat down from 10 until 2 o'clock and watched Guy's grocery games. By the way, fuck you people that shit on Guy Fieri. He's awesome.
Guy Fieri.
I love Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives. Been watching his
Triple
other
D.
one, Guy's grocery games now, too. Triple G. See
What
they
do
did
you
there.
do in grocery games? Is it like supermarket sweep, but better?
Yeah, so they get 3 chefs, and they have a panel of, like, 3
Oh.
chefs or whatever that are the judges. And he'll throw out, like, oh, what's more American than apple pie? What are the ingredients in that? Bread crust, apples, cinnamon, blah, blah. So now you have to make a dish that incorporates all of those, and ice cream, it'll say on it. You have to make a dish that incorporates all of those. You have 30 minutes. Go. And you take off. They all have a shopping cart. They run through the store, get what they want. They make something,
Okay.
they present it to the judges. It's 3, then the next round is 2, and then the winner. And then the winner of that, they're doing a tournament right now.
And then
or
they all
whatever. I'm
face
watching.
each other.
No, at the end. But what happens is once you win the episode, he'll say like a riddle to like find one item in the store, and each one's worth 4, so you can win $20,000 right there.
Ah, that's kind of tight.
Yeah, so if you don't get any, you don't win any for that episode. But everyone I've seen, everyone's gotten at least 16,000.
I've got an idea for the Food Network, and I'm not a cook, so
and
it
actually,
would never work.
Real
But...
quick, all the chefs that are doing it right now are all chefs that have been on Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives. It's all from restaurants.
Oh, that's cool. I
Yeah,
like
so
that.
it's been really
like
cool to
a
watch.
nice little tie-in.
You'll see, guys from the Northeast, from the Midwest, from Louisiana, from I don't think Franklin's was on there, but I think he's a judge at some point.
Uh-huh.
So like it's really cool seeing all these different guys with different cuisines just throw shit together on random ingredients like that. Like he did one yesterday where he actually switched it on the April Fool's episode. That was yesterday, so I guess it's from last year.
Oh, shit.
But he
What did he
had
switch?
them start cooking, like the people run out and grab their ingredients and everything. He goes, okay, switch. Now all the judges, you're cooking now. Switch.
Oh, what?
And look it up. Like, so it's a really cool show to watch if you guys have never checked it out.
I've always wanted to do a show, like pitch it to Food Network. I feel like you get shot down, though. And one, I don't have any cooking expertise, but I would be the host. And you would have 3 cooks, similar to guys, but like, you wouldn't have to rush off to go get it. So it's kind of like Chopped, but you're like, all right, I want you to make an omelet. And like whoever makes the best omelet, like we go to the top, the 3 guys there, then one guy gets axed. And then I just throw 2 like kitchen knives down on the floor, and I'm like, go. And the remaining 2 guys have to sword fight it out, or just see who doesn't get stabbed to death first, and then whoever wins, you're the winner.
I've got a show. It's they get 3 chefs, and they have to create a meal each, and then I have to try and finish all the meals.
That's a good one too.
That's
a good one. That's a good one. Oh, here's one. What about they? Like I let everybody kind of like they like pitched to me a restaurant. Mm-hmm. Like, all right, you guys get to open up your own little mini restaurants, and then I just take their ideas and I use it as my own. Whoever wins, like you win the show, but then I get your idea and I get to profit off of everything.
That's pretty smart.
It's like Shark Tank, but for food. Also, that's another idea. Shark Tank for food.
Shark Tank, but for restaurants.
And there's actual sharks that are like under me while I'm like judging everybody, and I just have a glass door that I can just psh, and like you get eaten by a shark.
Oh, so like Iron Chef, but it's a Shark Tank, and they have to dive in and catch a shark and then cook it.
Looks like he's chum.
He's finished. All right, we've done long enough.
Should we do a lot more CSI ones? I don't know. I guess you could say he took a stab at him. That was my other game, where they stab each other.
Something with bite.
I've also always wanted to watch a cooking show where it was like people like only have one arm. Like that'd be crazy to watch. Where it's like, all right, you guys have to make a cake, but like you don't get to use your prosthetics. It's just like you get the one arm and you got to figure it out.
I mean,
and like it would be an even playing field because everybody would only have one arm.
So it'd be like watching Def Leppard's drummer, but in a cooking show.
Yes, and then who's another one? What about T-Rexes? They have to make food, but like they have really tiny arms, so like it's hard. It's hard to do it.
You like tape all the chef's arms?
No, but they're actual T-Rexes. They're in T-Rex costumes, those big blow-up T-Rex outfits.
Somebody's gonna catch on fire in that, so I'm down to watch it.
I mean, I'm pretty sure we could invent the Gravy Food Network, and that would work.
Everything has to have gravy.
That'll be like us with like Joe Exotic did. It was Big Cat Rescue TV or whatever, just to like to like try
Big Cat Entertainment.
Yeah, Big Cat Rescue Entertainment or whatever instead of Big Cat Rescue, and we'll just do like that. Gravy Food Network. It's like it says Food Network in it. The logo for the Food Network part is the exact same. It just says gravy in front of it.
I like that.
Like that is you're trying.
I just want to eat a bunch of gravy.
Yeah, I just want to watch Food Network now, honestly. So that's the end of the podcast. Thank you guys for tuning in. We're gonna go watch Food Network. All right. So I haven't really been doing too much. Did keep the crawfish streak going. Kept that bad boy alive. 11 weeks now with the BBs on White Oak. Didn't go there. I mean, obviously got it picked up and had it with some coworkers. So I'm not breaking any social distancing rules. We are, like we said last week, like we're 3 inches apart every day of the week. So I was like, if I hang out with Tessa and Chili, it is the same group of people I've already been hanging with. I'm not hanging out with other people after that or anything like that. So we had crawfish, and fuck, dude, like this is the worst time for coronavirus to try and fuck with crawfish because crawfish are big right now. BBs, like 3 weeks, the last 3 times I've been there, just fucking massive ass fucking baby lobster sized crawfish.
I might have to get some on the way home.
Delicious. We did not get the pineapple sausage this time. I tried to tell them though, but they had already ordered, so we didn't end up getting it. But fuck, BB's well done, and those guys are awesome. They take care of you. Then I ate like shit all weekend. Like I know that we're like, well, we're gonna stock up, and like I haven't really luckily had to go into the stockpile yet of the soups and all the stuff we got. We had like frozen bread in the freezer and everything like that, or we have regular bread frozen in the freezer so we can use it later. But we were just door dashing. Like I DoorDash from Nick's Place Pizza. I'm not gonna go from a chain if I can right now. Just I'm trying to support local. And Emma was talking about like she was like, hey, I wish we could get milkshakes. And I was like, let's get some fucking Shake Shack. That'll be badass. You know how I love Shake Shack here on the pod. I think it's the best burger. I mean, I'm not shitting on Whataburger, not shitting on In-N-Out. If I had to pick, I'd do Shake Shack. But we were like, let's get some fucking Shake Shack. It's gonna be awesome. I can't wait. I was so excited on DoorDash that like you're typing in, and I get, hey, here you go, Emma. Type in what you want. She figures out what she wants. She hands it to me, and then I go click the order thing. They're closed. And I was like, no. Oh. Now what? And like when you have like you know, like when you're so like I was so set on like we're about to have Shake Shack. I got Shake Shack on my mind. Like that's all I was thinking about. And then it was just taken away from me. It was just taken away like that. And I was like, well, fuck. we could go pizza. Like Nick's place has some of the best pizza in the world, and Nick opens up early for West Ham games, so let's do that. And it was like, I kind of want milkshakes though, which is why we initially went to Shake Shack. And so I just went on Baskin Robbins website because I found Baskin Robbins was still doing delivery, and DoorDash Baskin Robbins milkshakes and DoorDash Nick's place pizza from 2 separate DoorDashers. I performed the double DoorDash, guys. The double DoorDash, which I'll tell you, gambling's kind of out right now.
It feels good.
Gambling's out, but the rush of like, all right, like I placed these within I ordered Nick's place first, and then I got milkshakes, but milkshakes typically take less to get done than a whole pizza that's got to go through the oven. I was like, I bet you Baskin Robbins still beats out Nick's place. I bet you like that DoorDash guy does this. Nick's place fucking pizza beat it. Pizza beat out the milkshakes. It was nuts. Milkshakes weren't like melted or anything, but that was done. And then so like DoorDash is really good about like, hey, let's not do the no contact delivery or whatever. Like we'll just set it down, you can get it. Like thanks for tipping. And so I was like, oh, that's tight. And then Sunday morning we woke up and I was like, I kind of want donuts. So obviously I DoorDash donuts. So I had 3 DoorDash orders in 2 meals, basically, is what I'm saying, guys.
Hell yeah.
And that's how my weekend was going.
Variety is the spice of life.
Yeah, it really is. And I mean, I enjoyed it. And so I ordered Shipley donuts. And I don't want to go out there, and I don't want to get the Rona, right? So I'm gonna stay at home. I'm gonna do the right thing. And so I DoorDashed again, and then they were like, "Hey, your DoorDasher is having trouble finding your location." I was like, "I see the DoorDasher right there. I saw the Shipley's bag in her car, and I see her sitting out there." And I was like, "Well, she's not. I'm standing on my balcony." And so I was like, "I'm not gonna like hit her up. I'm not gonna tell her where to go." And then she goes, "I'm by the leasing office." Because I put like, oh, go to the leasing office, walk up the stairs, blah, blah, blah. I gave her the directions to get to my apartment. And she's like, I'm by the leasing office. Like, all right, I'm on the 4th floor. And she's like, yeah, I'm by the leasing office. And I was like, do the stairs not work? And she's like, for my safety. And I was like, okay, all right. And I was just like, wait. And I was going to use this as not cool, but it's like she was being cautious and I'm being a dick. But I was like, the other 2 guys just fucking came and said it at the door, dude.
Hey, what do you mean?
Like, you don't have to hang out with me. You don't have to touch me.
You don't have to touch the rails to go upstairs.
Right, yeah. And so then she was like way down on the other end, and I went and I stood there, and I was like, I'm just going to stand by the leasing office where she said she was. And she just like screeched back, and, like, and then got out and like kind of aggressively handed me my bag. And I was like, hey, lady, just chill out. It's all right. It's all right. If I was an asshole, I would have coughed. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. But I didn't want to do that because I've seen people got like arrested for joking about shit like that lately. Did you see the lady at the produce place? I don't know where it was, but she was like coughing around the fruit. And she's like, yeah, I think I got a dry cough. And everybody's like, fuck you, lady. And then she got arrested for like
inciting a panic or something.
Yeah,
like that.
something like that. One of those things. But yeah, double DoorDash. So that's not really that really wasn't that great of a story, I feel like. But I'm going to tell it anyways. And then watched a lot of TVs and movies just over the weekend. So that's pretty cool. So that is where I have been, fam. And let's get into the Comeback Kids segment. We just shoehorn whatever we want to talk about into the podcast.
It's the Comeback Kid. The Comeback Kid of the week. The Comeback Kid of the week. Bitch.
Yeah. All right. First comeback kid is fools, obviously, because it's April Fool's Day. So, were you a fool today?
I mean, I'm a fool every day. There's a lot of fools.
There
right
really
now.
are. There's a
Everyone
lot of fools.
fucking disregarding
I
shit.
pity those fools, but I'm also angry at those fools. I felt like today was going to be a day that everybody was going to be stuck at home, so there were going to be a bunch of really terrible April Fool's jokes, indoor pranks that were pulled from like parents, and like one thing, like I don't know. I think a lot of times like parent on kid pranks are funny, but then sometimes it's like it's only funny if you're also a parent and I'm not. So it's like I don't really care that you scared your kid and made them think they had to go to school and that they freaked out. Like that's not as funny to me as it is to like the parent that actually could have done that to their kid. It was like, that so and so would have freaked out. So like some of those are like those are just lost on me. It's like I'm not saying they're not funny, just not to me. But then like there are the ones where it's like, like the toilet paper one that everybody was doing the other couple weeks ago, which isn't really an April Fool's prank, but it's like, oh hey, can you bring me some toilet paper? And then they had like chocolate on their hand and they put it on the kid's hand. The kid just loses his shit. Like that shit's funny to me, but like I didn't see a bunch of April Fool's terrible hacky bits so far today. So good on everybody else.
Did your parents ever try and like pull one on you and it just was like,
Never anything
bad?
like jokey or like mean. Like, my mom was she's always been like really good at like food stuff. I talked about like the hot dog cakes she would make, where it was like a big cake that kind of looked like it was a hot dog, and like before she's done like, oh hey, you got to come down here and eat your dinner, and like it was like we thought we had like whatever the meat was chocolate that she had put together on something, and then the potatoes were ice cream, and it was like, ha, mom, this isn't mashed potatoes. What are you doing? But never anything like where they were picking on us or anything.
No, it wasn't picking. My mom tried one time where like I had walked in the kitchen and she's pointing out the window, like, oh, you see there's a bunny over there by the fence. There's a bunny, and I'm like, where? She's like, oh, you don't see it? It's right there by the fence. I'm like, I don't see any. Mom, what are you talking?
Are you crazy, Mom?
I'm probably like 13, and she like goes like, April Fools. I'm like, that was terrible. Like, what are you like? Are you talking about that stain that's on the bottom of the fence? Like, I don't even like. That's not an April Fool's joke, Mom.
On the Rod Ryan show,
hindsight, she was probably drinking already.
Yeah, okay, that's fair. On the morning show today, we were like joking around, like if we just fuck up on anything, we'll just like, ha, April Fools. Because like that's what I always like was like that wasn't really like made you look like you tapped me on the wrong side of the shoulder, and I looked the other way like, ha, April Fools, and you're like, I guess that is, but it's not really that good.
I should tell them at the restaurant, if you guys fuck up an order today, just when the people
hit
call
it.
back,
April Fools.
April Fools.
Gotcha. Totally fell for that and ruined your lunch, but haha, gotcha real good. So April Fools is back, and the only real April Fools thing I ever did is I gave a couple of friends the like toothpaste Oreos before. Like I remember doing it before school, and I gave my friend that, and like it really only works once.
Yeah.
And then like after the first guy got it, then he's like, yeah, it's got toothpaste in it, and then nobody else really fell for it, but it was funny. It was pretty funny, and it's like an innocent, but it's an innocent prank too. It's nothing that's gonna like fuck your day up or anything. It's like, I just ate toothpaste and an Oreo. Gross.
Toothpaste. Ugh. But you're like, whatever. It's toothpaste.
Which isn't the worst combination though. Like not a great combination, but like they could have been like shit and Oreos too.
It's like an off-brand mint Oreo.
Yeah, it really is. It's like mint chocolate chip.
There you go.
Mint Oreo chip.
Maybe it could have been a treat for some weird
Oh
people.
yeah. Another comeback kid is solving crime. Guys, so I don't know if you guys all saw this, but the mayor of Houston, he did the damn thing, and he solved crime. This is Houston's Mayor Turner talking about this is how he solved crime for the entire city of Houston, at least, and probably the world.
A crime, and then you won't need us, okay? So the best way to keep our police officers, first responders safe, let me just make my plea. Until the coronavirus is resolved, criminals take a break. Okay?
Criminals just take a break.
Just
until the coronavirus is resolved, criminals just take a break. Like, duh. Done.
Follow Uncle Joey's advice from Full House. Cut it out.
I don't know if you've seen that meme that's circulating every now and then. It's like, did you know if a criminal is trying to rob you, just say no. They legally cannot take your stuff without your consent. It's like, that's also true. So maybe we need to send that to Turner's office. He's like, you can't. Hey, criminals, just forget. Don't forget, it's illegal to rob people. And they're like, oh, fuck, is that it? Dude, I totally forgot because I was going to go rob like so many banks.
I wonder if he
And when I saw Mayor Turner say that, I was like, what if that does? Like, what if like they're like, shit, dude, if he's going to be real with me, all right. Because he's like, yo, just hang tight until the coronavirus is done. Then you can be a criminal again. And they're like, he said I could be a criminal. Like, he straight up told me it's okay to rob afterwards, just not now.
I was going to steal copper wire out of people's air conditioners so that I could pawn it and have enough money to buy drugs. But the mayor said to cool it off. So, you know what? I'm going to respect his wishes, and I'm just going to put my drug addiction on hold for a little bit.
So you're telling me I can't do any crime in Houston? I guess I'll see myself out.
No, Bane. You and Batman need to cool it off for a little bit.
Fuck that bat. I'm the good guy now. He got you all sick. But I've been here the whole time.
Who knew all along that Bane was
the good guy? Really. That's really what it is. But yeah, so like I feel like people were making fun of Sylvester Turner for doing this and saying this, which like I get it. Obviously, it was a silly thing. It sounded silly when you replay that clip. Hey, just cool it, criminals. Just cool it until this whole coronavirus is over. Like, but I feel like if I was in charge of anything, that would be me. I would be like, all right, guys, this is how we're gonna solve crime. We're just gonna tell the criminals not to do it, And I think if we're nice, they're gonna listen to us and be like, I don't know if that's gonna work, but like I think sometimes, like I don't know, the mayor's being pretty cool. He's straight up asking me.
Does that mean when there's not a global pandemic that he's pro-crime?
Ooh, that'll be bad in the next election probably. That's not great. Not a great point.
All right, guys, city's open again. Criminals, you're allowed to go do crime.
He's pro-criminal then.
Go do crime.
But he's not right now. So right now, our mayor is anti-crime, and I'm for that. Because I'm an anti-crime guy myself. I know you know that. But yeah, solving crime was done. So, like, I guess that's honestly, I know a lot of people are stressed out right now. Not stressed off. We're stressed out. Let's start saying that. Like, I'm just really stressed off, which means you're stressed and pissed off.
That sounds like when somebody's like learning English as a second language, and they're, man, I'm so stressed off right now.
Yeah, you're right. I can't remember what show it was that I was watching. It was like there was somebody that wasn't an English speaker originally, and they were like, it's like none of those words make sense. Like you're not, the order that you're putting them in does not go that way. But then I guess like
I appreciate you trying, but
I think English is like we're just dumbasses here where we just don't know how to talk. Because like when you say Spanish, isn't it like you say like subject or whatever it is beforehand, and then like everything else, like you say it differently. Like,
plus there's new slang every 2 weeks.
That's true.
English.
That is
It's
also
ridiculous.
true. Like yeet.
How do you explain yeet to somebody that's trying to learn English? Don't worry about it. It'll be gone in a week.
Yeah. My friend Julio in college, he was from Venezuela, and so English was obviously not his first language. But there were times where I'd be like, "What is that? What is he saying?" Like, and I'd be trying to get him to tell me what somebody was saying in Spanish. He's like, I'm trying to like, there's not really a word for it in English, and I was like, that's crazy that there's like all these languages, and like we have translators and stuff, and it's like there's still like words that only make sense in certain languages. Where you're like, I mean, I can sort of explain it to you, but there's not really a word for that here.
Perfektenschlag.
Yeah, Perfektenschlag. That's what the Schrutes do. All right, so solving crime. Crime's done. That's a weight off everybody's shoulder. So rest easy, everybody. And then our next comeback kid is our final one, Lady Gaga, dude. Rah, 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 rah. I don't know if you saw this yesterday, dude,
I did
but
not.
This was a fucking awesome tweet. This was the best news I saw all day yesterday. This is from @PinkNews. So I didn't follow them. I don't know how I saw them on my timeline. I guess somebody liked it, and sometimes you see what people like, and that's what comes across your timeline. But it said, Lady Gaga just got off the phone with the director of the World Health Organization, and she's ready to fight coronavirus. And it said Lady Gaga recently delayed the release of her long-awaited 6th studio album, Chromatica, but it appears she's had more important things to deal with, like talking to the World Health Organization director. Now, I thought they had their hands full.
I was going to say, unless she's donating a bunch of money, why is this guy taking time out of his day to talk to a singer?
He's a fan. Duh.
But like,
I don't know. I just tweeted. I think I quote tweeted it and was like, well, coronavirus is finished. It's like when Gaga's on the case, fuck off, everybody.
man, if we get Bradley Cooper in there too,
And because when you get Bradley Cooper now,
a
you get
vaccine
Peyton.
is born.
You get Peyton. And then like Peyton Manning and Bradley Cooper and Lady Gaga.
Are they boys or something?
They're in or it's Brad Paisley is who I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Fuck.
I was making
Okay, so all of those guys. Brad Paisley, Peyton Manning, those four, unstoppable.
That picture that Ellen did at the Grammys, just throw all of them together, except for Kevin Spacey. Leave him out of it.
Yeah, he's problematic. We didn't know that then.
Yeah,
we didn't know that.
You can't really rape a virus.
Really, I think Peyton Manning, he's not taking that Monday Night Football job. Maybe we need to get Peyton Manning to go after coronavirus.
Big brain.
Because Peyton Manning could kill a man with a football, I bet.
No.
I think Peyton Manning could kill me if he threw a football at me hard
He
enough.
wouldn't be who I chose, though. Like, he had a strong arm, but he wasn't, like, the strongest arm guy.
Peyton had a cannon.
He had
Cannon.
I'm not knocking Peyton's arm. It was really good, especially because he could throw
I
deep
still-
balls, and they had that wobble.
I still think he's got that, like, so what
I'd rather go with Brett Favre. Like, if I'm trying to kill somebody with a football, Brett Favre.
Yeah, because he might be high on painkillers, so he wouldn't realize
No,
how
he
hard
hasn't
he was
done
throwing
that
it.
since 92, man.
No, we know of.
He hasn't.
That we know
But
of.
he also has arguably the strongest arm in NFL history.
Right, but I still think like Peyton though. I would go Peyton just because Peyton would be like he'd tell me a bunch of stories and then he'd kill me. And like Favre, like I don't know, Favre seems like he could be a dick. So yeah, just I just want to let you guys know that Lady Gaga's back. She's taking care of everything. She is talking like we don't need Trump talking to the World Health Organization, God knows, but we do need Lady Gaga talking to the World Health Organization. We don't need Dr. Fauci and the World Health Organization talking. We need Lady Gaga to be like, all right, and let me tell you, you want to hear my piano solo? He's like, please, Gaga, please. Goodbye, Corona. I don't know. That was a terrible Lady Gaga, but still, whatever. Lady Gaga is solving the world's problems. Okay, so like, rest easy. Again, Lady Gaga is taking care of it.
She's about to put Corona off the deep end.
She's talking to the World Health Organization. Can you imagine? Like, they're like, "Hey, we got more people dying." He's like, "Hold on, I got Gaga on the phone." Why? What do you? She's got some great input on this.
What's your plan?
Well, she's telling me the best coronavirus playlist to put on Spotify.
Have everyone wear a meat suit.
It worked for her.
Corona can't get through a ribeye.
It worked for her. Hey, and I'm not gonna hate on Lady Gaga though, because one, I know that like the Monsters, I believe, is like her fans, and they're like almost as like crazy as the Hive.
I hated on her a lot when I was younger and everything, just because like her music was so weird, and it's not my style of music.
I think she's like our time's Madonna, kind of.
I would say, yeah, probably.
But like, I respect the fuck out of her.
But also,
now.
after watching A Star Is Born, I was like,
I didn't watch that.
I was like, all right, Gaga's fucking legit, and
she's a Giants fan, so that's how you know she's
from
legit.
time to time. If I'm scrolling through and a Gaga song is on, I've caught myself not changing the channel and just jamming to a little Gaga in the car.
She's been around long enough to where you know like every song. Sort of like in the back, like you know all the oldies, just so like where you're like, that's a Lady Gaga song that I know. You're like, do I know like 9 Lady Gaga songs? Do I know like half the words to them? I guess I do.
Plus Cartman singing that one during an episode of South Park.
No one gives a fuck about words.
And then Christopher Walken did a dramatic reading of that song too, and they mashed them all up onto YouTube. If you guys have never seen it, Google Lady Gaga, Cartman, Christopher Walken. It's fucking hilarious.
So Lady Gaga saving the world. That's a comeback, kid.
Thank you, Gaga.
Gaga. All right, let's get into our mock draft of smells. Now, this is a pretty wide open one. You can go a lot of ways with this. Last week's results, guys. I won again. I had 50% of the vote in our mock draft of Kings. Looking at it, I definitely thought Pat had the worst, and I'm glad that it portrayed that way. I'm not saying you had terrible ones, but just like out of me and Robert, I thought Robert and I, it was like
you guys went creative.
It was a next tier. It was a next tier.
It was a.
I think Kingpin really screwed you.
Error in decision for me.
I think.
Which, by the way, if Kingpin's what screwed me, then just
you
like
can go,
fine.
You can die on that hill. You can die on that hill. And
like,
I'm not knocking
Kingpin
it. I don't think it was a bad pick.
I think because I tried to stick with just King in the word, I think is what screwed me. I put myself in a box, and I think that's what cost me.
All right. So let's get into this one. Our next. I just realized I was.
You okay there, bud?
Yeah. You know, I realized I was writing my notes on the wrong page. So and when I go back and look at our notes for how I describe our episode, I'm gonna have to just change that. Nobody cares. I'm gonna go on though. So last week I had 50% of the vote. Robert was in second with 39%, and Pat had 11% of the vote. On the season, I have 4 wins. We're going soccer-style points. We decided this all as a group beforehand. 3 points if you get the win, 1 point if you're in second, none if you get third. I have 4 wins and 14 total points. Pat and Robert both have 1 win and 5 points. This week's draft order, Pat's going first.
This is a rough season.
But I think I got fucked last year. Like I sucked last season, so I've really had to like. This is me. I've been working out my mock drafts all season.
I'm still convinced people.
You won one of the two. You and Robert won the 2 last year. I don't remember if it was Mount Rushmore.
In
or
my
this,
head, I'm so convinced people vote against me just because they know I get pissed off.
Probably because you make terrible picks. So this week's draft order, it's gonna go Pat first, Pat first, Robert second, and me third. This is not a snake draft. Robert, what are you doing? Is that a dry cough? Was it dry?
Oh, I just had some water and it went down my throat weird.
I did that in a meeting yesterday at work, and they were like, he's got the Rona! He's got the... Because, one, I do that to everybody that coughs now, so like, I got it right back. But I was like, fuck, no. And like, when you can't stop coughing because you drank water the wrong way, you're like, no, guys, it's not. You're trying to hold it in, and it's like you're going to just like throw up holding in a cough.
Try doing that at a restaurant right now. That happened to me 3 times this week.
Oh, dude. It's...
I was just like, no, like you saw, I'm holding the tumbler in wrong pipe.
But we've all...
Which apparently I don't know how to drink water anymore.
Yeah. But it's like, how does it happen,
How did that happen 3 times in 1 week?
I've literally I've been drinking water since I was born. How do I just choke on it now?
Now when I can't cough,
Is this
when
it?
I'm coughing
Is
the
this it?
most.
Am I gonna just die choking on water? I hope not.
Ugh.
Okay. I guess that's why I'm afraid of drowning so much. But let's get into our mock draft of smells. It's gonna go Pat, Robert, me, Pat, Robert, me, Pat, Robert, me. There's no snake draft in mock draft season. Let's get right to it. Our mock draft of smells brought to you by Bees Knees Honey Company. Hey, where the fuck is my bed? There we go. All right, with our first pick, we got Pat Dion on the board. What you got, buddy?
I mean, if anybody knows me, this is the most unsurprising number 1 overall pick of what smells the best. Bacon.
I figured that would be your...
Bacon. Like, if given the chance, I will pick bacon for everything.
Bacon frying is what I'm going to go with. Just the smell of bacon
You just
frying.
put bacon because everyone knows. Like, you wake up and you just... I can't tell you how many times I wake up to the smell of bacon. I'm dead passed out. My sister starts cooking. I'm awake. It's go time.
All right. Robert, what are you going with, buddy?
I'm going to go with coffee.
Coffee is a good one. I had that on my list as well.
I think everybody had coffee there. It wasn't one of my finalists, though.
I'm going to go with cookies. Like the smell of like cookies in the oven.
Fresh cookies out the... Oh,
That's
yeah.
a good one.
Oh,
yeah, you're just like, you got cookies going. Emma was making some lemon cookies the other day, and I was like, hey, are you making... Like, I didn't know what she was doing in the kitchen. I was like, are you making cookies too? Like, what's going on over there? She's like, yeah, I got lemon cookies. Like, I can smell. I love it. Cookies in the oven's mine. Back to you, Pat.
All right. I'm going to go with fresh bread.
All right.
There's nothing like just that... Oh, a nice fresh loaf of bread right there. Oh, it's complete.
I don't hate that. I don't hate that at all.
That's a good one. I'm going to go with barbecue.
I was going to take that. That's a good one. That's a good one. Really good one. Barbecue's awesome. The only thing, and I feel like, not to ruin anybody's future pick, but like this is still on the board. I'm not going to take Mexican food, but there's sometimes like, you have like, you ever like wear like a sweatshirt and you go get barbecue and the next day you put the sweatshirt on and you're like, that smells like old barbecue. Like you know, like when you have like the old smell like old Mexican food the next day or whatever, it's kind of like it might ruin it. But like when you walk into a barbecue place, you're like, oh, I want some of that. So yeah, barbecue's a solid pick. I think, I don't know, I'm torn between two right now, but I feel like I am gonna go with cinnamon rolls. Specifically, Cinnabon. You pass by like a Cinnabon at the mall, and you're like, I gotta
Always
stop.
smells
I gotta
great.
stop. Cinnamon rolls,
Always
specifically
smells great.
cinnamon bun.
I think I might have come up with more like smells in this than any other category we've ever done. Like I was just sitting there today for like 25 minutes writing shit down.
Yeah, I have 100 of them. I feel like.
All right. I think I'm gonna go with puppies.
Puppies.
Oh, just when you get a puppy up close, you're like, oh, you smell like a puppy. Oh, you're.
Sometimes puppies smell like shit though, so it could be problematic. When they shit and then rolled in it.
But they smell like a puppy.
They do.
And
Okay, no, I'm not knocking that one. That's a solid pick. Solid pick. B jokes. What you got, bud?
I'm going to go with popcorn.
Fuck.
Yep.
That's two
Popcorn.
straight times you snagged popcorn. You snagged popcorn and barbecue from me. Popcorn is a good one.
Popcorn's a great one.
I'm gonna go Teen Spirit. Something smelling like Teen Spirit. I'm in. Let's go Teen Spirit.
I love the pick. I don't know how good that actually smells, though.
there are other options.
No. Like that's a good pick. I'm just saying the actual smell of that probably.
Yeah,
not
I've
good.
honestly never smelled Teen Spirit, but I'm just gonna go Teen Spirit.
Oh man. All right. So this is my last one, right?
Yes. Pick number 4.
Just because I won't respect myself being a baseball player if I don't pick this, I'm leather.
Fuck.
Oh,
Right.
leather is. I'm actually
I
shocked.
thought leather might fall to the last one. for me.
I'm actually shocked this fell to the 4th
I
round.
should have taken leather last.
Oh, leather. Oh, dude, there's nothing. Oh, leather.
No, it's a really good one. And like a lot of times like candles that are leather scented candles, like that's awesome. You get in a car that's got like a leather interior, just I've got many leather bound books. It's an awesome smell.
Good, it's good.
Like a brand new leather. Like I have a leather wallet. Sometimes I just feel myself like brushing
might
up
just
against
go-
my nose, and you're just like, I just want to take a whiff of it.
I
'cause
might
it smells
go
like
buy a
leather.
baseball glove just so I can sit there and wear it when I'm just watching
Yeah,
TV.
somebody's like fresh luggage sometimes.
I'd rather have leather.
Yeah, I'm not gonna buy a luggage thing for it just to smell it, but sometimes. All right, Robert, what you got is your final pick?
I have a lot of options left over.
Yeah, me too.
I have no idea where to. I think I'm gonna go with Fruit Loops.
Fruit Loops.
Fruit Loops.
Interesting.
It's an interesting pick. I mean, I do like the smell of Fruit Loops, but I mean, that didn't even make my list. I've got like 16 other picks here that I would have gone with before that. But can't hate on it because Fruit Loops do smell really good.
No, it's okay. It's a good 4th round pick. If you had picked this in any other round, I would have given you shit for it. But that's okay. Like, all right, 4th round, I'll give you that. My final one, and I could go with so many other ones that are probably better, but I just wanted to say this one. What The Rock is cooking.
That's a good one.
You can smell what The Rock is cooking, and you get it. Like,
Yeah.
That's it. That's that. And
You might have painted yourself in a corner there.
I
'cause
probably did.
There might be a lot of listeners that were not wrestling
But
fans.
luckily for me, I have a bunch of points ahead of you guys in the
Yeah.
standings, so I'm okay right now. So Pat has bacon. Just bacon, not bacon frying, but just bacon.
Bacon, man.
Smell of bacon. Fresh bread. I thought I wrote
Fresh
trash brew is what it looks like in my handwriting.
Jesus, yeah,
fresh
fresh
bread. Pat has bacon, fresh bread, puppies, and leather. Robert has coffee, barbecue, popcorn, and Fruit Loops. That's a strong list,
I
B-Jokes.
think the Fruit Loops might have killed him. He pulled a Pat.
It really like. Oh fuck yeah! You guys are
They're
probably
all
gonna be
strong
first
lists.
and second this week. And I have cookies baking in the oven, cinnamon rolls, specifically Cinnabon when you're walking by it in the mall, and then Teen Spirit and What The Rock is cooking. Let's go to honorable mentions. We have about 1 million. I feel like we could go with.
I mean,
Chocolate.
chocolate.
But chocolate, a lot of times you don't smell the chocolate,
didn't
you
write
know?
that
That's why I didn't say it.
Which is
One that I'm shocked at, and it was the second one I wrote down. Gasoline.
I don't like the smell of gasoline. a lot of
Because
times.
that's why I didn't pick it, because it's torn. Some people I love it. I don't know why, but I fucking love it.
Had
New
fresh-
car smell.
New car, fresh cut
See,
grass.
another one that I feel like is like gasoline that I really like the smell of it that I didn't think. Actually, there's two. It's like there's like a fire, like a bonfire. But a lot of people don't like the smell of like, oh, it gets smoke all in my
Oh,
clothes.
they're called communists. If you don't like the
Maybe.
smell of a fire.
But then cigar smoke / cigars, because a lot of times like if somebody's smoking cigarettes, I'm never like, ooh, that smells great. But like sometimes there's a guy on my apartment place, and a lot of times I'll be walking the dog back in at night, and he sits on his balcony and he smokes cigars probably once or twice a week. And like if I catch him when I'm coming back, and it's always late at night, and it's like I smell that cigar, I'm like, oh, it smells so good.
It's great, but
It just-
some people smoke those shitty cigars, and you're just like, not cheap cigars. I'm saying shitty ones.
And I don't know
where
what
you're
kind of
just
cigar
like,
it is. I've never asked. I don't know the guy. I don't even know where. Like, I think he lives the first or second place story in my building. But like, I can always smell it every couple of days, and I'm like,
I
that
love
smells fucking
smelling good
delicious.
ones.
If you walk into a cigar bar ever, like, oh my god, awesome smell.
Great.
But like, yeah, I get a lot of people are turned off by the smell of smoke. You
In
know?
that same vein, maybe like Sharpie pens.
Yeah, I put
those
markers.
are all ones I had that on my list too.
We kind of powered over, but when Robert said it, fresh cut grass.
Fresh cut grass,
Oh,
yeah,
fucking great.
But see, there's people that are like, if I'm allergic to grass, I'm not gonna like that smell.
Here's one that I really wanted.
Wood?
Oh yeah, I've got
Wood.
wood. Wood. I put wood / Home Depot.
Home Depot's a good smell.
Right,
Home Depot's
dude,
a really good.
so
It's
good.
like wood and sawdust a little bit.
Exactly. I put garlic.
Garlic, okay.
But I didn't pick it, and I had that one as one of my top
The
picks. but I
vampires
didn't pick
wouldn't vote for
But
it.
just because some people aren't like in my household, we grew up eating a fuck ton of garlic.
Garlic
I
is the best.
I'll put garlic in everything and anything.
Napalm in the morning. The smell of napalm in the morning.
Fresh clothes out of the dryer.
That was another one. I was thinking about maybe taking that as
Yeah.
one of my last two picks, but then I was like, I'm just gonna go corny ones.
Salt water / the sea.
The
when
beach?
as you're driving
The
up, and you
beach?
start to smell that salt
Like
water.
Kramer
in the air.
did in Seinfeld. Remember when he had the cologne? It's the beach.
Irish Spring.
Irish Spring. Oh, I should have taken that.
I thought
that
about
would have
it,
won.
but I was just like-
that would have won. I think we talked about this last week. Even I was like, Irish Spring is the goat of soaps because it's like
That's the best. Also,
all the time.
rain.
Best.
When you can smell that rain's about to come in the
But
air.
sometimes I
love that.
hate rain. It's like fuck you, rain. Like we get enough rain here, anyways, like hurricanes and stuff. So sometimes rain's the worst.
But just that smell of like you can smell. in the
Yeah.
air. Also, one my last one that had your own fart when you have control of the window locks.
Oh,
When you guys
see,
put it in
I
your
had
car
I had
and you
one.
fart and you can stop them from rolling down the
I
windows.
had one,
it's fucking great.
I didn't know how to word it, so I would have never taken it. But it was like this right after, like when you farted and you get rid of that smell, like the first breath of air after that fart smell went away.
The fart.
Because like
That's
you're
good.
like, oh, thank God. When you walk into a different room, maybe the first breath of air after you take off.
This altitude trading mask that I have because it's awesome.
So yeah, that was a pretty decent mock draft. I feel like
That was a fun one, man.
looking at the picks,
I can honestly see any of us winning this one.
I think it's gonna be. I'm trying to be honest and vote for me, gang. But I feel like looking at it, I think that
Barbecue's a strong
coffee,
pick.
barbecue, and popcorn are very strong. Bacon frying is awesome. I think puppy. I don't know. Bacon frying. You have leather as the last one.
Puppies might be my.
I think it's gonna be Pat and Robert in a horse race. I don't feel confident about my odds this week, honestly.
I mean, you had two funny picks there, but like when you're thinking this, you're like,
But who
yeah,
knows what The Rock is
smells like
cooking?
he was-
Maybe he's cooking something that smells delicious.
maybe he's cooking up some farts.
Maybe he see that could go backwards.
That's
You know,
what I
it
said.
could
Those
go
are
both
funny
ways.
picks, but like when you're doing smells, you want to actually elicit the smell into somebody's brain. So
I
that they're
agree.
like, that's
I
good.
agree. Why don't we
That was
tell
one of the
you
most fun
guys?
ones we've had
That
in a
was a
while.
fun one, and that was like I liked smells because it's like it could go everywhere. Why don't we get into not cool? We'll tell you guys what is going on in the world that makes us say, hey man, that's not cool. If you would like to submit a not cool, use the hashtag PTG not cool at Pass the Gravy Pod. I'm at Alex J Middleton. Pat's at not Pat Dan. Robert is at Robert Barbosa 03. Hashtag PTG not cool, and it can be like any little thing, or it can be a huge deal. So if you want to do that, then hashtag PTG not cool to at Pass the Gravy Pod.
Man, dude, that's not cool. Not cool. Not cool. Dude, that's not cool. That's not cool. Man, dude, that's not cool. Not cool. Not cool. Dude, that's not cool. That's not cool. That's not cool.
My not cool is not really like a crazy not cool, but like just all this hand sanitizing and washing my hands, and I knew it was gonna happen eventually. Like we're 3 weeks into this whole like super wash your hands thing, and just my hands are like I got like red dried out spots on my wrists and stuff like that. Like it's just my hands are drying out, and
I think you're using very bad soap.
I've been putting lotion and stuff on too now to try and keep it moisturized or whatever. Like I've never been a lotion guy, but luckily I live with a girl, so it's tight. I'll just use this on my hands now. Instead of my dick, I'm gonna use it on my hands.
Yeah, I was about to say.
But so yeah, my hands just getting it's dried out, and a lot of times at work, if you're not able to go to the restroom and do that, I just use a lot of hand sanitizer, and I think it's the hand sanitizer that really does it. But
I'm using a shit ton of hand sanitizer. This isn't happening to me at all, man.
I don't know. Maybe my
So I'm
hands
sorry,
are
dude.
just
That
drier.
sucks.
I hate it. It sucks. But I guess it just means I'm doing it a lot, right?
Yeah.
So hey, I'm being sanitary.
Are you doing the whole surgical?
Oh,
procedure
1,000,000%.
and
Getting the nails in the middle there with the nails, yeah, all that
tips,
stuff.
wrists, thumb.
Yep, all of that.
All of
So yeah, my hands drying out because of the washing and sanitizing that I'm doing so much. I'm trying to stay healthy. So it's for a good cause, but it's an unfortunate side effect. All right, Pat, you have 97.
All right, all right. We'll start off with yesterday. I worked at lunch. I was gonna go home before I had to come back in, and I'm walking and I feel my pocket. I go, fuck, my keys aren't in there.
Because you left them in your car running.
Not running, but I did leave them in my car. I locked it when I go out to my car.
Let's just stop real fast. Remember that time you left your car running the entire time you came in to do a podcast?
I shared it again on Facebook this week because I was going back through our videos and I saw it and I listened to the whole thing while I worked and I was dying laughing.
My sister, not a care in the world the entire time.
Asked me, she goes, "Did you leave your car running again last week?" I was like, "No, I just reshared the old video."
not a care in the world the entire time, and you're like, "Shit, I can't find my keys," and I was like, "That's not good." And you're like, "Dude, my car was running the whole time I was in."
Yeah, guys, go check out on Facebook if you haven't seen that before. Check out the video; it's great. Yeah, so I guess what I did in the morning is when I parked my car and I took my sunglasses off, I must have taken the keys out before that, and then so when I had them both in the same hand and dropped them on my passenger seat, and then I got out and just locked the door because I don't know why when I get out of my car I lock it manually. Like I hit the one on the door. So then I was like, oh fuck! I called my sister and I was like, hey, I need you to come bring my spare out to work. And then after a second, I called her back. I was like, wait, no, fuck that. So I was able to just drive the work van home, and then I brought my spare with me that night. So, it didn't really affect anything, but I was just like, God damn it, this is stupid.
Yeah, I feel you.
Then on the way in here today, I'm driving. Actually, let me start off with, even though there's nobody on the fucking road right now, people still driving slow in the left lanes and blocking fucking lanes, so I have to swerve around fucking traffic all the goddamn time. Like, if you're not going at least 75 miles an hour, you should not be in the two left lanes. Stop it. There's
Yeah.
there's nobody on the fucking road. You don't need to be over
What are you
there.
doing? What are you
So
doing?
today,
You had room.
I'm going 75. I'm on the way in here. And there's a guy in the left-hand lane probably going about 68.
Uh-huh.
And then there's an open lane, and then there's a big old fucking, like, I don't know, work truck kind of thing that's carrying shit. So then I have to move over lanes to pass in between them.
Right.
As I'm passing in between them, I don't know if something fell off this truck.
Uh-oh.
I don't know if the truck hit something.
Uh-oh.
A piece of plastic that's about half the width of my fucking windshield. I think it was plastic. It happened like that so fucking quick I couldn't know. I'm driving in between them and BAM! My windshield gets fucking slammed.
Ooh.
I don't know what the fuck it
Did
is.
it fuck it up?
Luckily, it doesn't look like there's any cracks, but I was hitting it with water and shit, and this stuff wouldn't. So I think I'm gonna have to hand rub it down to like. So maybe there are little scratches on it. all
So
over the
you
place.
need to go get that looked at quick because then like your insurance will fucking love you for it, and then like they can just seal it instead of having like a full crack that goes.
No,
all
that's what I'm
over
saying.
the
I
place.
don't think there was any crack. It just looked like something hit it so hard that it kind of like scraped a little.
Maybe it was one of those that you might not
it
see,
looks
and then
it's-
like the weather
that's what I'm saying.
changes.
When I get home, I need to go home and actually like wipe it down and look at it.
Yeah.
But I was just like,
Look at me giving that car advice like I know what I'm talking about.
I was like
an idiot.
what the fuck? And like I said, I don't even know what the fuck hit it. Because I'm just driving and then bam, something hit my windshield that
Right,
quick. So
right.
either the truck hit it and it flew up over and hit me, or it fell off of the fucking giant truck. And I was just like, what the fuck just happened?
Yeah,
It
dude.
scared the shit out of me.
That sucks.
And like I said, it hit me right as I'm in between two vehicles. So like, I had to fucking grip the goddamn steering wheel to not swerve.
right.
I was just like, Jesus, that sucked ass. Also today, when you're using a weed whacker, the string.
A weird whacker, which is when you're just whacking weird people with things and they say weird stuff and you just whack them.
Yeah, so my weed whacker, it's one of those ones where you're supposed to just tap it as you need more string to come out. But now it's towards the end of the spool. So I'm using it, and like 3 different times, I guess it just, as I revved it up, the string pulled out of one side, went all the way out the other, and then just wrapped around itself. Like 4 times
Dude,
in a row.
I can't, like when I was living with my parents like in high school and like the 1 year after I moved back from college, like I remember mowing the yard and like that I fucking hated weed eating just because when you fucking break that one little plastic thing, you're like, God damn it, let me go fucking put this there. You gotta make sure you thread it through right, and then it fucking, if you don't do it right, it snaps again, and just like it's the worst.
But it kept pulling through one side
Yeah.
and then wrapping like 4 times.
Those
and I
things are fucking
gave up.
sons of bitches.
So of course then I started Googling those ones that now they have the like
Is it just like metal or plastic?
metal plastic ones, but it's just like a one piece and it doesn't thread through.
Right. It's like a blade almost.
So I'm looking into if I can get a head to just fit onto mine,
Oh, that's
or
not
if
bad.
I have to fully get one of those electric ones now.
Just get knives and tie them.
Which, by the way, the electric ones aren't that. I was thinking they'd be a couple $100. They're like $60, $80, most of them, from
That's
what I
not
was seeing
bad.
online. Not bad at all. So, like, if I have
That's
to
a
do
really
that,
adult purchase. Is like a weed whacker.
oh yeah. And I also, I mean, I bought a handed, like a hand weeder. I think, did I say this already?
I probably.
I don't know, who fucking knows. Also today, before I mowed the backyard, I had some shit that I clipped down the other day. I grabbed all that, I put it in a trash can, I brought it in, I went inside to grab another beer. As I'm doing that, coming through the garage, I closed the door, and my headphones got caught on the door, I guess, and bam, popped out of my phone, and I was like, what the fuck? So I go to plug them back in, and I see it it didn't snap it, but it broke the piece that plugs into the phone. And I go and plug it back in, and I was like, okay, I'm fine for like 10 seconds, and all of a sudden one ear stops working. I'm in the middle of doing this yard work. All I want to do is finish it.
That's
now,
frustrating as
now
shit.
I got to run back to Walmart and buy another fucking pair. And I was like, God.
Bro, just get the AirPods.
Damn.
Just get the AirPods.
Those things, I have small ears. They don't sit in my ears right.
You can get the little like they have little like the buds, the things you can put over them so they can fit your ear better.
These were my gaming headphones. That's what I use.
Ah.
And so like that's just
So you had the
not gonna work.
microphone and everything.
Yeah.
Did you-
Which works because then
Does
when
it
I'm
feel
mowing,
funny like while you're mowing though? Like you have like a microphone in your
well,
mouth.
it's one of those ones that just pops down. It'll sit up and then.
No, I'd like to. I'd
So
like
it
to
actually
picture you
helps
like
when
walking.
my brother keeps fucking calling me for random bullshit. I can just pop it down and be like, "What?"
But I'd like to picture you like walking around with like even when you're not talking to anybody, just with the microphone in front of your mouth, like, yeah, Roger Dodger on that. We got these weeds over here. Got them. Backyard's clear.
That would be more fun. But so yeah, I had to go buy them. Also, after I bought them, I realized I think I had a warranty on the old ones. And I'm like, you know.
Yeah, right.
Eventually, I'll break these. It's a 2-year warranty, and I'll just go return the old
My
ones.
brother used
Because
to.
I didn't get a warranty on these.
My brother had headphones. I want to say they were like Beats, but they were like one of the first ones that were like the wireless ones. And he said that they were like warranted or whatever, but they didn't cover water damage. But then he was running, and he was like, they shorted out on me, and I sent him in, and I was like, well, it was sweat. And like, well, that's water. And he's like, well, but like, what do you? Like, they're workout headphones. Like, what do you think sweat is? Like, come on. If I can't work out in them without them shorting out, then like, what is the point of this? I'm not dumping water on them.
Stop working out.
Yeah, and it's like that's what I've tried to tell him.
And my final one, and this might be the most frustrating out of all of it, because you know I'm in the restaurant. All we can do is take calls for delivery or to go. When people call up, you know, how can I help you? Blah blah, and they go, yeah, I'd like to place an order. I'm like, okay, and they're like, I don't know what I want.
Ooh.
Then why the fuck did you figure out what you want?
They're like standing in front of the fridge. Hey, quit hitting our microphone.
Yeah, sorry. Figure out what the fuck you want, then call me.
They're like me
Don't
at the fridge at
call
night.
and then pull out the menu that you're looking at and start looking at, like,
Yeah,
why?
that does suck.
Why the fuck would you do that? Or people, and that pissed me off way more, but people that show up and like, yeah, I'd like to place an order. I'm like, well, you're going to sit in your car for 25 minutes while this fucking cooks.
I didn't think about that. Yeah.
What, call, then show up. Which that one doesn't make me.
I guess like right now though, because a lot of people aren't used to like just takeout only, so I think a lot of people are like, oh, I guess I could sit in here. It's like, no, you can't. You're not allowed in the restaurant.
But I mean, a lot of what we're cooking is like steaks and
Are you allowing people to go into the restaurant, or do y'all run them out?
No,
like,
no, you can come in and pay and everything. You just can't eat there.
You can't sit down.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I know that some places, I've seen a lot of restaurants where it's like they call it curbside delivery, and they straight up they bring it
we'll
to
do that
you.
too.
But a lot of them, I feel like you're able to go in. They got your places set out. Like Panera Bread, Emma and I would always do this before like this whole thing happened. It was like rapid pickup, and they just set it at like a little window or a little like shelf, and it's like, okay, it's got your name on it. Go grab it. You're done. And I've seen a couple people doing that. Yeah, I always don't trust Panera as doing that, and I'm always sort of tempted. I'm like, what would happen if I just took 2 bags? If I took so and so Smith's bag, like what would happen? Because then that guy would come and be like, I didn't get my food, and they just make him another one. But like, I'm not a dick, so I don't do that.
Yeah, but it's just the worst, because when people want to do that and take 4.5 minutes on the phone to order, that's always when you're getting other calls.
Oh yeah. It's never a slow day that they choose to do that.
It'll be a slow day.
Well, no, but it's like a
like
slow
that,
time.
That is exactly when someone else is gonna call.
When 40 other people are like, I also want this exact
and
same
you're just
thing.
like, why? Just guys, if you guys are placing to go orders right now, have your order ready before you call. Because you could be costing them business by sitting them on the phone for 4.5 minutes. Which it doesn't happen to me, because if somebody else starts calling and nobody else is answering, I don't care if you're in mid-sentence. I'll go, oh, hold on real quick. And I'll put you.
Because he runs to the phone, and you're so fast at running back to the phone.
I'll put you on fucking hold, and then I pick up the other one and immediately just go hold, and then I go back to the first call.
Okay.
But, like, just know what you want before you
That's
call.
a pretty sick, when I used to do pizzas and stuff like that, like, because we had enough people that would take the calls and stuff, but, like, sometimes you'd pick it up, and, like, in the middle of somebody ordering stuff, you would just hit, like, pause, you put them on hold, and you'd take another person, please hold, but, like, you felt like a badass when you got back to the other person, they had no idea you already put them on hold.
Oh, no, I tell them they're being put on hold. I go, hold on, I gotta put you on hold real quick. Bam.
Oh, but, like you're like, yeah, I want this, I saw the coupon, this, and I'm like, hold, yeah, please hold. Please hold. And then you go back to that guy that's still like talking about the same thing they originally started. Like, this is perfect. I timed it out.
But it's just the worst, man. Because then as people will sit on hold for 4 minutes while you figure out what the fuck you want to order.
Yeah.
Just like no, like now if you're calling in because you're not sure about our menu and you need to ask questions, cool.
Right.
But if you call and go, oh, what do I want?
And like a lot.
Fuck you.
Like a lot of like you have an app too to order from.
Yeah, we just set that up.
I know that a lot of people don't like.
But a lot of people
apps,
are ordering now that have never ordered from us before. They just
and that makes sense. That makes sense in this time and everything like that too. Do y'all do DoorDash and stuff?
No.
Okay.
Well, I mean, like Favor will order from us
same
sometimes,
kind of thing.
but Favor you don't have to have a connect. Like we used to do Grubhub, we used to do Uber
because Favor
Eats.
is literally just you go get this for me no matter what it is. Like I could be like, go get me a pen from Kroger.
Which I hate, by the way, because someone will be like, I want a burger and a Coke. And I'm like, and then they call us in with that. And
what kind?
Like, and I'm like, well, they'll say cheeseburger. I'm like, all right, well, what temperature do you want? Because it's an 8 ounce or 10 ounce or 8 to 10 ounce patty. So it's
So you would just say like
That
medium rare or whatever.
So like you can do rare, medium rare, like
right,
all
right,
of it.
right.
And
Because
they're
if
like,
you
well-
ask me temperature,
they're
I
like,
would say
well-
I have no idea.
Well, they didn't say. I'm like, all right, well, what side do they want with it? Because it comes with the side. Well, they didn't say. I'm like, all right, well, you're getting fries because it's a burger. That's what, and also that's just the cheapest side.
Yeah.
But like, I fucking hate Favor. But
So you go
we
DoorDash,
used to
guys.
do-
DoorDash gets it.
We used to do Grubhub and Uber Eats, but like we made like no. They take such a big cut. We made like no money.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I know that DoorDash, DoorDash
And
always
we-
has the sides and everything. Like, they give you the option. I know Favor was just basically like you have to type it all out or else like you may
Oh,
not
I
get
just
it.
set up a whole menu for. I think it's called Toast.
I had
that We're about to
issues.
start doing too, where Toast does all that too. Like you
I had
give
issues
them
with
the
Favor
menu, so
people.
it
Like,
does it.
I always had like a Favor guy like left my food at the wrong place and then like never called, and then I was like, "Yo, hey man, what's up? It's been like an hour and a half since it said you were supposed to be delivering my food." He's like, "I delivered it, dude. Like, what are you talking about? I called you." And I was like, "You didn't call me." He's like, "Well, I knocked on the door." Like, "Did you call me or did you knock on the door?" And I called you. And I was like, "You didn't call me because I don't have anything on my phone." And then he was like, "Well, I left it." And he like named the wrong. He like looked back at his thing and he gave me the wrong apartment. And he was like, "Well, that's what it said on the thing." And I was like, "No, it's not, because I'm looking at my receipt, and my receipt that I sent to you said my own apartment number." And I like opened the door and he left like 4 doors down from where I was. And I was like, "Do you understand? Like, you know, you're not gonna get tipped out of this, right? Like, this is just okay." Because it
That's
was like
the kind
the
of thing
food
where
was like food was cold and
That's
shit.
the kind of thing where I'd contact them too and be like, "I want a refund on this."
I did, and like I was like, I didn't give him a bad review or anything. I was just like, hey,
It's a miscommunication. It sucks.
He
but-
left it at the wrong place. Like, I don't want to be a dick. I don't want this guy to get like fired or anything. Just,
Exactly. Yeah. Mistakes happen.
All right, let's get to the answer segment. If you got those questions, hit them up. And there's no such thing as a stupid question. Let's
Just
go.
stupid
There's
people.
no stupid people either.
Well, if you just answer the question. Why don't you just answer the question? Be honest, no big deal. Yeah, answer the question.
Don't change the subject, just answer the fucking question.
Any questions?
Our first question of the week, as do most first questions of the week, comes from our podcast son that we've raised on this podcast, Skylar Lester. Oh my God, it's Skylar! At OMG, it's Skylar on Twitter. And Skylar says, "Is the Cheesecake Factory just Applebee's with a fancy font?"
I don't think so.
Confession,
I've only ever been to Cheesecake Factory once.
I've been like 3 times, maybe 4 times. Like twice was for homecoming and or prom in high schools.
I think one was for
high school. It wasn't prom. It was never prom. It was just homecoming.
When I
think.
went, I don't even think it was for Sadie. It was just like everyone that was going to Sadie, like we all like went up there one time.
It was like school dance stuff. I feel like that we went up to Cheesecake
Which,
Factory.
by the way, I was absolutely shocked when people were going, "Oh, we're gonna go meet up at Cheesecake Factory." I was like, "Why are we going to eat cheesecake?"
All I think of when I
didn't
think
realize
of-
they had a full menu.
I just think of Vince Young. Yeah, I went with I was not to brag, but I was a sophomore in high school and I dated a senior one time. So like, not to brag, but like totally bragging.
She must have
Totally.
been a loser.
Yeah, she was. She really was, because she was clearly hanging out with me. So I remember like we went, like I had been working at where was I working?
Kroger?
No, I think I was working at Extreme Pizza. Remember that place?
Not even a little.
Yeah, it didn't last long, but probably because they delivery guys like me. But I was working. It was called Extreme Pizza. It's now like an Indian restaurant.
Not important.
But no, like I'm just saying it didn't last long. And the guy's like brother that owned Extreme Pizza owned a Wingstop, and he was always like really competitive with his brother. And it's like, dude, like that didn't last at all, did it? Like your brother owned Wingstop. Like not, he wasn't the main guy, but he owned its own thing in Wingstop. But like I took her, I had saved up this money that I worked at the pizza place with, and I took her out, and like she was like, "Let's go to the Cheesecake Factory." I was like, "Let's go, done." And I was like, "This is probably good. I've got like $150. This is gonna be great. It's gonna be great." And like I just ate cheesecake the entire. And she's like, "You're not gonna order any." Like, no, it's the Cheesecake Factory. I will be eating cheesecake at the Cheesecake Factory. And I got 2 different kinds of cheesecake, and I was fine with it. And she was like, okay, weirdo. And then she kind of like, we didn't last much longer.
No, if I wanted a sandwich, I would go somewhere else. If I want cheesecake,
we didn't last a lot longer after that. So I'm sorry, Holly, that it didn't work out. But I thought I was a pimp going to like Cheesecake Factory at that point, and now it's like I don't think so. And now really all I think about when I think of Cheesecake Factory is Vince Young, because Vince Young used to just apparently spend thousands upon thousands of dollars at Cheesecake Factory. Like he would just drop every penny he had at times.
And like you, he
at
would
Cheesecake
only
Factory.
eat cheesecake.
I don't know if he did that, but like I just know that Vince Young was a big fan of Cheesecake Factory. I've heard the food is subpar. Like I don't remember eating anything that was trashy at Cheesecake Factory. I remember the cheesecake was pretty bomb. Like that, it's got to be bomb if you call it the Cheesecake Factory. I don't know. I don't think it's an Applebee's.
I know two things about the Cheesecake Factory. One, they serve cheesecake.
I know that
good.
too, and it's
And
not it's not an
two,
actual factory.
In Big Bang Theory, that's where Penny worked early. That's all I know. So I'm gonna say no.
But
just because Applebee's is Applebee's, man. They're their own, like, they're Applebee's.
Really, Applebee's is just like a knockoff Chili's. It's like a wannabe Chili's because Chili's is.
I would say that would be the better comparison is Applebee's and Chili's. And I wouldn't even say necessarily knockoff. It just is Chili's so much better than Applebee's? They're the same thing.
No, Chili's is a million times better.
Is it? I don't know. I haven't been to
I'm a
either
big
in
Chili's
years.
guy, dude. I will die on that.
But, like, aren't
Chili's, hey, let's endorse us.
They're the same thing.
Somebody
but
tag
just-
Chili's and tell them to sponsor us.
It's like
Do that.
Dave, what's his name from the interview when he's like, it's same, but different,
Right.
but still same.
I know who you're talking about, but yeah.
Dave Franco.
Yeah, I was about to say James Franco's brother.
James Franco. No, James Franco, not Dave. Dave is the brother.
Okay. Yeah, no, you.
No, it's James Franco.
Okay,
Man,
when you said Dave, I was like, James Franco's brother?
Fucking Corona,
No,
man.
but it's just that Rona episode. But Josh Posados at Josh_Posados on Twitter says, nudes sent during COVID-19. Quarantitties?
I mean, if it's a titty shot.
Yeah, I wanted to say Quarantitties, yes, just because it's such a great name.
But if I send a picture of my dick, that's not Quarantitties.
Is it as good as Quarantina Turner? Probably not. But Quarantitties is a pretty great one. So yes, I will allow it.
If it's tits.
I will allow it.
I want to allow it, but like, come on.
I will allow it.
Not all nudes are tits.
Not all nudes are tits. That's true.
You might get a butthole shot.
But
Corn butthole.
a butthole shot's not bad either.
Corn butthole? Like cornhole?
Like with corn on it? No, probably not.
No, but like instead of corn titties, it's corn butthole.
I don't like that.
Like cornhole, the game.
Quarantine. Quarantine hole.
Oh, nudes from teens. Is it quarantines? Of age teens. Of age teens.
There you go. I don't know. This is in a weird spot. Yeah, I'll allow it. Quarantitties. That plays.
Sure, why not?
That plays, Josh. Ben Kelsey. I believe this is the second time we've heard from Ben recently, but Ben says, does getting kicked out of an escape room count as winning?
Yes.
I don't think so.
Oh, as long
I think
as
you have to escape the escape. Well, technically that is an escape if you get kicked out.
There's a time limit though. As long as you get kicked out within the time
So
limit.
you set fire to an escape room, they have to let you out. You've beaten the escape room.
Yes.
Did I escape?
Now,
you didn't say how.
Now, if you don't do it in time, and they're like you have to leave, and you're like, I refuse to leave, and then they have to call the police to pull you out, that's not a win because you didn't do it within the time frame. But if you get out of that room within the time frame, it's a dub. It doesn't matter how you do it. I don't care if you fucking cheat and run through the door. You got out. That's a win.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
It does not mean you beat the escape room.
Okay, that's fair.
But you did win.
You did.
You
Yeah,
didn't
you did
beat
not
it,
conquer it.
but you won.
You won.
Yeah.
You escaped.
Yes.
You escaped.
That's
sort of.
There's a big difference between beating the escape room and winning it.
And being the escape room.
That's not a thing.
No, maybe it could be.
Good question though. I like that.
I just like it. Just sounds like somebody went to an escape room very drunk with their friends, and that's just what I would imagine we would do. Like, I don't fucking know. I'm throwing these things on the ground. I'm breaking everything. Like, sir, stop that. Please stop that. Please. Have you ever been to an escape room?
No.
I've never been to.
I've never really had the urge to go.
Do
but
they
like,
have like
I
a?
kind of want to go. I feel like it'd be fun.
Do they have a like I don't know. I think I saw. Was it Modern Family? I want to say they did one on where they had like the guy can talk to you over an intercom when you're doing like I don't know.
They had one on Last Man Standing. I've been watching a lot of Last Man
Let us
Standing.
know. Let us know if you've ever been to an escape room. And are they expensive? Because if they're not expensive, when the fucking pandemic's over, we're all doing a PTG escape room, all right?
I feel like they're not cheap.
Well, if we get enough
But
people
they're
to
not
do it,
crazy
maybe we
expensive.
can figure it out.
But I mean, it might even be like $100 a person, something like that, or it could be like $30.
If it's $100 a person, we're not doing
Yeah,
it.
I don't know.
Robert, build us an escape room. We'll figure it out. But also, like, some of the things could kill you. So, throw some of that stuff in there, too.
Robert, build a Saw is what he's saying.
No, fuck Saw. I hate that movie. I hate those movies.
You just said it could kill us.
But, like, no, not like in like a scary way like that. It's just like, boom, it's over with.
There's just a guy in a corner, and every minute, if you don't find a new clue, he just shoots you in the fucking head.
It just like makes you open your mouth and like you get like a cyanide pill just shoved down your throat. And you're like, it's too late. So it's like it's kind of quick, but like I don't know. I don't know.
A bullet would be better than a cyanide.
I
pill.
feel like I would be the worst at escape rooms. Like I've never been in one, but like they're always they're like math puzzles. You got to kind of sign. Like, all right, well, what was the third day on the calendar multiplied by how many people are in the room multiplied by how many doorknobs there are? I'm like, I fucking quit.
Wait, look at the suitcase. The code says 0926. Oh, look at the calendar for September 26th. What does it say there? I mean,
Yeah, it's
how
all-
the fuck do you know to connect those
It's
things?
all like numbers and stuff, and I'm just gonna try and break everything I can and see if there's a hole in it that I can get out of.
You guys work on this. I'm just gonna punch the wall, and then I'm gonna get through it.
Pretty much. I'm just gonna hit the wall. You guys figure it out.
I'm gonna literally hit the wall.
We'll get out eventually. I'm pretty sure. All right, guys. So just chill.
That would be it.
Let's not make a big
We're
deal.
all trying to solve it, and somebody goes, "Dude, I don't know. I hit the wall." And I'll be, "Hit the wall."
Great idea. That was the password the whole time.
Just run as fast as you can into the wall.
All right, our final question comes from our buddy Brandon Whitehead at Brando Whitehead on Twitter, and he says, "If you had to pick, who would you be from Tiger King and why?" You got to be main character. Are we going main characters only?
I mean, does the guy that was filming everything and he looks like Keith Richards' brother count as a main
Robert
character?
Kirkham?
Yeah.
Or Richard Kirkham? Or Robert?
Yeah, I think it was Richard. I would pick him if I had to pick anyone because he's the least piece of shit.
He was probably I was arguing this on the Rod Ryan show this morning. I was like, he is the most normal of all of the people, and he looks like he's dead the whole time he's talking to you.
Keith Richards' brother.
Right, and Rod was like, well, he's not normal. I was like, I'm not saying he was normal. I'm saying he was the most normal out of them because no one else is really normal. Like, there's not like that guy's a regular guy. Like, they all fucking own tigers. Like, they're not normal people. Normal people don't own tigers. I would if I had to be a main character that wasn't Kirkham, I would be, if you had to be one of the tiger people, I would be
Doc. Or Mario.
Doc is kind of creepy, though.
But, like...
Doc is creepy, Like, Doc seems... Like, if you had to hang out with one of them, I think Doc would be the most fun to hang out with. One, because he's not trying to fuck me. Like, if I was a female, I would not be hanging out with Doc. Doc would not be fun to hang out with.
I don't know if I would want to hang out with Doc.
Because Doc would just be like, here's my sex dungeon. Let's go have sex in this
right?
with, like 17
that's
other
why
women
he's
that I have.
creepy.
Jeff Lowe, creepy as shit.
Oh,
also,
definitely
Jeff
don't wanna hang out
Lowe
with Jeff Lowe.
is scary to me.
He's not scary, but like fuck that guy.
Garrettson was the creepy like fat guy with the weird like mullet.
All answers. Who I'd want to be and who I'd want to hang out with.
I'd be Joe Exotic.
Mario. He wasn't really one of the main guys though. The guy that Scarface was based on, down in Miami.
That guy was be him.
He's the coolest one. Like, yeah, he was a piece of shit, and he did a lot of.
They
bad
were all
things,
kind of pieces of
and
shit.
And he
They were
killed
all
people and everything.
They were all pieces of shit.
But when compared to the rest of them, to Doc and fucking Carol and Joe, Mario was the most regular of all of them. He was just a dude that got swept up in the drug game.
If you're gonna be him, I'm gonna go with Joe. I'm just gonna go Joe. Like, I don't know. He was a
you
bad
want-
guy. I wouldn't want to say that. I wouldn't be Joe.
So
but
you
I would
wanna
just
fuck meth addicted 19-year-old boys.
No, I don't want to do that.
That's
I'd
what
be like
you
a
said.
cool. I'd be like a cool version of Joe. I'm like, hey, you want to come hang out and play with tigers?
It's-
And then they just get addicted to tigers, and that's like not meth.
That's the craziest
There's more
thing about
teeth?
this. Out of all the main characters, I picked the guy that helped cut somebody up and
An
was
ATF
a drug
agent,
smuggler.
allegedly.
No. Informant, not agent.
Right.
Informant.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. What was
Yeah,
that? The Garrettson guy, the jet ski guy. He was so excited that he was an informant. Like, I've never seen anything where somebody was that excited that they got to snitch. He was like, if he had a shirt, if he could wear a shirt that was like, I'm a snitch, like, he would wear that shirt and he would wear it with pride. And it's like, dude, what are you talking about?
Well, he wouldn't wear that, but he'd wear a shirt that said "Speak into the microphone." Also,
yeah.
He's definitely Mark Davis's like cousin or something, right?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah,
They're
like,
in the same bloodline. Same bloodline for sure.
That bloodline, it doesn't branch a lot, but they are two of the
Same
branches.
bloodline for sure. I think it'd be Joe Exotic. Robert, you didn't watch it, did you? No. Robert didn't watch it. Who would Robert be then? We get to pick somebody weird that Robert would be.
No, tiger.
Who was okay? I can't remember the guy's name. It wasn't Doc Antle. It was the other guy with the weird cowboy hat that was like holding the sloth and the monkeys.
Oh, the one from like Illinois or whatever.
Well, he's kind of like
Tim something.
He wasn't creepy. He was weird, but he was like they're all weird. They're fucking big cat people.
The one that went in with Jeff for the one down in Thackerville and then broke off from him.
Yeah, I think that's who Robert would be. Tim.
I want to say, yeah.
I think that Robert would be him. Because Robert's like
Weird,
that guy.
but
Whenever he
not
talked, you're like, I kind of trust him. He seems like he's sort of nice, like a good guy, sort of, that just like raises and sells illegal tiger cubs or whatever. But like Seems like mostly he's a nice guy.
Yeah, if we had to pick one of the Tiger people, that if not, then I would say
He wouldn't
Robert.
he wouldn't get a hit put out on me, which I might do. I might put a hit out on myself, honestly. I wouldn't put that past me. But Robert wouldn't get a hit put out on you. I could see Robert holding a sloth or a monkey, just hanging out like on his porch, talking to people. Like that's what Robert would do.
Or would Robert be the person who had the one arm?
Was Saf a main character
Saf.
though?
No. Well, I mean, Tim wasn't.
Robert
either.
would be the one arm person because like Robert would be the guy that like straight up got his arm ripped off and like didn't make a big deal about it.
Because Saf was the most even keeled.
Because she was like, yeah, I just went back. It was
I think
like
it was
five.
actually. I believe it's actually he.
They. It was he.
I think.
Yeah.
It's
Okay. We'll go with he. Whatever the correct pronoun is that Saf wanted to go by, we will call Saf the correct pronoun. I apologize to Saf.
Can you not see Robert?
We'd love to have Saf on the podcast.
Robert getting his arm ripped off.
No,
and
Robert's
still
the
being
campaign manager.
The libertarian dude. Yep.
Robert's the campaign manager because like that guy was like, I know what I want to do. Robert wants to be in like media. Robert wants to do like production and all this stuff. He just happened to stumble across our Joe Exotic kind of show where he's like, I don't know what this train wreck is, but like we're like, you want to hop on board, buddy? It's fun. And he's like, I'm just gonna record it. He's Robert Kirkham or Richard Kirkham.
Yeah.
No, because he's still the fucking he's the campaign manager guy. He's the campaign manager guy because like Robert like didn't choose this life.
Just try
he
and
just
push him in the right direction. And
yeah,
be like, this is what you want to
he's
say.
like, no, don't do that, Alex. Stop. Quit going 4.5 hours every podcast, Alex and Pat. Okay, they're not going to. All right, shit. And like I could see Pat shooting himself in front of you, and you just being kind of like you just holding on to that. Not like intentionally. It was like if one of us shot ourselves, like I could see Robert like he wouldn't talk about it all the time. He'd just be like, yeah, that happened. That was weird.
Robert would have that same reaction.
Right. Where, like, he doesn't freak out. He's at Gemini like, oh, my God. Oh, my God. In his head, he's probably thinking that. But, like, you literally see a guy get, like, shot. Like, you don't see him get shot. You can see, like, the reaction, though, in real time on that. And you're like, that guy was like, is he playing a prank on me? Like, because you could tell he definitely thought that when he explained it. Like, he definitely thought he was getting a prank pulled on him. But he was always like, is he dead? Like Robert, you'd be the campaign manager guy, who I do not remember the name of.
Campaign manager guy.
Campaign manager guy. So that's who we would be from Tiger King.
Yeah.
That is the answer to that question. All right, guys. That was it. That was Pass Gravy episode 335. That was fun. It was all over the place.
I had a lot of fun.
I promise next week will be more buttoned up. Are we going to do...
Can you promise
Is this
that?
our last like in-person one? I think we're going to get in trouble if we don't socially distance more.
I think it might be.
We may have to
We'll figure it out, though.
digital. If not, like we're staying in the same circle, okay? We're not spreading this out. We're not being part of the problem. We're being part of the solution. But if we got to do the video version of it to do that, we can post that. Like if we did the online version, we can still post the video version of that, right?
Yeah, we should be able to.
Okay, so we should be able to do
Zoom
that.
or Skype or whatever the hell
We'll figure it out, guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. I know a lot of you are stuck at home. I really appreciate you guys that are listening. If you're stuck at home, share us with a friend. Be like, yo, hey, I know a lot of you guys are trying to pass time while you're quote unquote working from home. You're passing some time doing that. Just listen to my favorite podcast. Check out Pass the Gravy podcast. You know, put some wind in the sails of your favorite pirate ship. You guys are awesome. Give us that 5-star review on iTunes. Go on there. Roast us in the comments. It's got to be at least 5 words. Give us the 5-star review and just roast the fuck out of us. The best roast of us with a 5-star review will get a Gravy's Award for Best Podcast Review at the end of the year, and it's a lot of fun. I love you guys. You guys are awesome. Be safe out there. Wash your fucking hands. Don't go fucking hanging out at the pool. If you're not a fucking runner, like you can go outside, get a walk in, but like we don't all need to be hanging out outside together, you know? Like let's just fucking be smart. Don't spread this shit. Like we got, I think 30 more days. They said it's probably gonna be longer than that, but like let's be cool. Because realize if you're fucking with this right now, we're gonna fuck up the start of football season. And we don't want to start fucking with the start of football season, okay? That's when shit's going to get ugly here on this podcast. If you fuck with my NFL season and my Giants, don't do that. We don't do that here. All right, I love you guys. You're awesome. At Pass the Gravy Pod, I am at Alex J. Milton. Pat's at not Pat Dion. Robert is at Robert Barbosa 03. You guys are awesome. 5-star review on iTunes. All that stuff. Share us with a friend. You guys be safe. Wash your damn hands. Get some hand sanitizer. Don't hoard all the toilet paper. Just be cool with one another. Tell everybody that you can't see in person that you love them. If you tell your parents you love them, Skype, FaceTime, Zoom, all that shit. We'll talk to you guys next week. Until then, pass the gravy, bitches.
I had to fight. All's my life I hard times like yeah, and bad trips like yeah. Nazareth.